Welcome back to my channel, Star Booze.
Pope Leo XIV has only been in office for a week, yet his vision for the Church is already becoming remarkably clear. His first significant public statement did not address institutional church reform or political management. Rather, he directed everyone's focus towards something much more profound, age-old and spiritually necessary. Liturgy. Although he spoke carefully, his comments were significant. They weren't theological riddles or dull directions. They were said in the voice of a father who recognizes that the Church's core is found in God's worship rather than in buildings or plans. Pope Leo XIV brought attention to something that has long been valued but not always implemented in this address. He turned his gaze to the East. He commended the Eastern Church's traditional liturgy, which have remained unaffected by the waves of ongoing change. He claimed that these Eastern rites uphold an enduring feeling of wonder, a profound mystery, and a relationship with God. People don't congregate there to be amused or to witness something novel. They come together to stand in awe of the divine, to enter a sacred mystery, and to undergo transformation. He refrained from openly criticizing the Western liturgy. Despite his soft tone and thoughtful stance, there was a definite hint. The spirit of the times has occasionally infiltrated the worship of the Western Church. In the liturgy, Pope Leo discussed the peril of consumerism. He discussed how the sacred might be distorted by show and amusement. He wasn't just talking to bishops or theologians. He was addressing all Catholics and asking them to reconsider the purpose of the ritual. Pope Leo XIV asserts that the liturgy should not reflect society. Adapting to every fashion or cultural trend is not the goal. In order to open a portal to the hereafter, it is meant to pull us out of this world. He urged a rediscovery of reverence and a revival of the sacred. The message went beyond taste or fashion. It dealt with theology and the essence of worship. Heaven and earth collide during the liturgy. God communicates during the liturgy, and we pay attention. We are not the focal point of the liturgy. God is. Pope Leo's remarks coincide with a period of confusion for many Catholics. It's noisy out there. It can seem as though faith is waning. Sometimes churches are unsure of how to react. Some believe that becoming more fascinating, modern, and worldly is the solution. Pope Leo, however, is indicating a different course. Innovation is not what he is requesting. He is requesting faithfulness. He's requesting mystery. He is requesting awe, reverence, and quiet. Additionally, he is requesting humility. He is reminding the West that we do not have all the solutions by turning to the East. We are capable of receiving and learning. Nothing is hurried in the Eastern liturgy, he said. Everything has a purpose. Tradition, chanting, and incense are all present. These are more than just lovely things. These are pathways to the divine mystery. They serve as a reminder that worship is not about our emotions, tastes, or life experiences. Worship is about God, and everything else comes into place when we put God at the center. Pope Leo XIV's remarks have a certain understated audacity. He is not calling for a revolution in liturgy. He isn't destroying anything. He is demanding more detail. He is urging people to have faith. He is urging us to follow a liturgy that brings us closer to holiness. He wants the mystery of the Mass to rekindle Catholics' passion. He urges parishes to carefully consider their actions. Do we celebrate Mass to honor God or to draw crowds? Do we prioritize prayer or performance? Are we constructing a community around Christ or ourselves? He didn't provide any clear guidelines or instructions that might be added later. His message is an invitation for the time being. It is an invitation to introspection. It is also difficult since accepting what he is. Saying may require us to give up certain things. We might have to give up on finding enthusiasm. We might need to give up our preferences. We might need to regain humility, tradition, and stillness. Although it is difficult, it is essential. Many Catholics have started to think more carefully about their personal liturgical experiences in the days after Pope made this comment. Some people have reflected on their first real meeting with God during Mass, through quiet, beauty, or a little moment of grace, not through a sermon or a song. Others have considered how frequently they go to Mass without expecting anything, or because they are sleepy or distracted. Pope Leo XIV is urging us to refocus our attention and keep in mind that attending Mass means entering a sacred space. Bishops, priests, and laypeople have responded thoughtfully. Some people have joyfully embraced the message, others are unsure. A few parishes have already started looking into ways to regain a more profound sense of reverence. This could entail reintroducing religious music. It could entail giving lessons on the significance of the Mass. Restoring stillness both before and after the service may be necessary. Distractions may need to be eliminated in order to restore the emphasis on Christ. There is a lot of symbolism in the Eastern liturgies that Pope Leo XIV discussed. They create an environment where the soul can breathe by using chant, light, incense, and iconography. They have nothing to do with novelty or speed. They center on being in God's presence. They invite the devout to transcend time and experience, something timeless. There is no nostalgia here. This is not just a throwback to the past. It acknowledges the need to safeguard the sacred. One must cherish the sacred. The focal point must be the sacred. Pope Leo XIV has said unequivocally that he has no intention of imposing any rules. He is urging a sense of reverence rather than requiring a standard liturgy. To remind the Church of her identity, he is calling. The place of worship is not a stage. The Mass isn't a performance. The priest doesn't play music. The populace does not constitute an audience. Gathered around the altar, we together embody the body of Christ, taking part in the mystery of salvation. He emphasized to everyone that liturgy is more than just what we do. It is something that we get. It's a present. It must also be accepted with appreciation and consideration, just like any other genuine gift. The liturgy is not something we create. We step into it. It shapes who we are, and God shapes us via it. Many people today yearn for something more profound. The world is quick. There is technology everywhere. There is always distraction. Stillness, however, can be found in the liturgy. Truth can be found. We are able to locate God. Pope Leo XIV is directing us toward that silence. He is telling us that God is with us, that we are not alone, and that the sacred liturgy is where we encounter Him most effectively. Many people will be observing Pope Leo XIV's leadership in the upcoming months. However, his initial message has already had a significant impact. It is a message of regeneration via loyalty rather than change. It is a message of hope in God, not in ourselves. It is a message of love conveyed with dignity rather than cacophony. The route he is demonstrating is not novel. It speaks to a need that many people experience, making it both old and modern. A desire to know God, a desire for the holy, a desire for purpose. Pope Leo XIII is addressing that desire with depth rather than novelty, with prayer rather than programming, and with the straightforward but impactful reminder that we contact heaven in the liturgy. The journey then starts. An ancient truth delivered once more with clarity and affection, but with a new voice and a new pope. We are not the focus of the liturgy. It has to do with God, and we recall who we are when we keep that in mind.